Howdy, hey, and welcome to Pete's Corner. This is James LeBlanc, and this week we'll be taking on recent businesses in construction that have changed Stillwater. Everyone knows that a prosperous town is one that never stops evolving, and Stillwater demonstrates this each year, whether that be by encouraging tough restaurant competition or bringing in numerous chains that people are familiar with into town. Let's just kick off this show. This is Upgrades to Stillwater. I've been living in Stillwater for about 6 years now, and I can say firsthand that a student definitely needs a comfortable, clean living condition in order for them to have a healthy mindset towards school. There have been a lot of housing developments going up for students in Stillwater as of recently. Some are made pretty cheap, but it's just a matter of doing your research. Pete's Corner's reporter Kanan Childress has a story on a new place going up that just might set the new standard.
Stillwater has many choices for apartment complexes to live in. The newest addition to Stillwater's living choices is Progress 405. This trendy, modern, and spacious new living option was finished this last summer. The new addition to our city limits includes a collaborative learning center for students, a clubhouse, outdoor grilling areas, a swimming pool, fitness center, and a sand volleyball court. The complex is also pet-friendly to cats and small breed dogs, and they also have an in-unit washer and dryer.
I love living at Progress 405 because it is the nicest place to live in Stillwater. I toured a bunch of different other facilities, and this one was definitely the most impressive.
Progress 405 certainly had its problems getting up and running. For instance, many of the residents found holes in their walls and warped framing in their rooms. But many of the residents say that this is much better than the places that they lived last year.
The apartment complex has great places for its residents to sit and relax. The residents at Progress 405 love the environment of friendship, structure, and relaxation.
I like it because it was new and I didn't want to have to live somewhere where there would be issues or if it was run down, and I liked that it came furnished. And there's like a brand new pool, hot tub, volleyball court. It's just so nice, and it's all college kids mostly, so it's really fun to live here.
Progress 405 is a beautiful and modern new building. Its many amenities definitely help its residents to get away from the stresses of work and school. So, Stillwater's newest living complex is definitely a great addition to Stillwater for many residents. For Pete's Corner, I'm Kanan Childress.
Well, I guess now that I know there are better living options in Stillwater, I can make one improvement to my miserable life. Thank you, Kanan. But actually, with all that sorted, I can worry about food today. We sent Jaleesa Harrison out to get the details on Stillwater's newest breakfast hotspot. Check it out.
Stillwater just got sweeter. Just Wafflin' is a new breakfast spot that just opened about 8 weeks ago toward the end of September. As soon as you step inside, the aroma of sweet maple syrup and fresh buttery waffles hugs your nose. You're greeted by friendly staff who usually give you a menu and a smile. Just Wafflin' is much more unique than the typical breakfast restaurant. Customers say there's particularly 3 things that make it stand out. 1 would be the famous waffle sauce. 2 would be the hours of operation. And 3rd, the man who makes it all come together, the owner, Kevin Galloway.
And if you can't do it, then no one else is going to be able to do it for you. And so that's kind of what we've adapted as far as our limited hours and our limited menu and why we do the things we do.
Kevin has been in the restaurant business almost his whole life. He opened his first restaurant when he was only 24 years old. His motto is, keep it simple.
Sometimes you just learn the basic, simple things in life.
From the homemade waffle sauce to the homemade waffles, just waffling is just something you have to try.
Kevin said he likes the limited hours being from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. because he wants to do things the right way. His experience as a manager, he saw that many people got burned out and lost focus. Just Wafflin' makes all their own toppings, with the exception of marshmallows and fruit. Kevin says any other way is just not as fresh. Both the staff and customers agreed that beyond the delicious food and hot coffee, something else that makes Just Wafflin' a wonderful place to be would definitely be Kevin. He's charismatic, easygoing, and personable.
My boss, Kevin, I love my boss. He's a good boss to work for.
We've been very satisfied, very pleased. The food is excellent here. We like the atmosphere.
From waffles to burgers, Just Wafflin' has just what you're looking for. But hurry in, the fun shuts down at 2 p.m. For Pete's Corner, I'm Jaleesa Harrison.
Thanks, Jaleesa. It's good to know that IHOP isn't my only option around here for breakfast. I feel like I can take on this day now that I've had a proper meal. But now for something a little bit different. Now, even though there are a vast amount of improvements currently being made to Stillwater, there's still a lot you can do. Emily Brennan asked students on campus what they'd most like to see added to our city.
Thanks, James. I'm here in front of Oklahoma State's Student Union to get some feedback from students on what they'd like to see improve in Stillwater. Let's go check it out.
We need to make sure that we have parking facilities in addition to the buildings we're adding.
A 7-Eleven, because I really miss 7-Eleven ices. I want a Target.
They have a lot of activities and stuff to do, but maybe they could do more things in the city and not just at the campus.
More traffic control. The roads are horrible. They're so bumpy.
We need a Target.
Oh.
That's the biggest one, a Target.
Maybe some, not necessarily a theme park or something like that, but something that brings in a lot more attraction just besides the football team and the program. Other than that, though, nothing too major. I like Stillwater, small town, real chill, everybody's relaxed, so it's real nice.
As the university continues to grow, so do opportunities for the city of Stillwater to improve. Some OSU students gave us some ideas for businesses they'd like to see come to Stillwater. But for the most part, everyone just loves Stillwater the way it is. I'm Emily Brennan for Pete's Corner.
Thanks for that, Emily. Maybe that'll generate some ideas for some future Stillwater developments. With OSU being Stillwater's focal point, it would seem showing school spirit is a must. Reporter Sarah Patch brings us a place that can physically accomplish that task.
Game Day Ironworks started 10 years ago in Crescent, Oklahoma, where it was known as ME Ironworks. It was owned by a man and his wife that worked in their garage making metal art pieces. Throughout the years, they began making the Pistol Pete hitch, and those became extremely popular. They expanded their line of products with OSU, and their company took off. After years of work, they decided to slow down and retire. 2.5 years ago, current owner Casey Andrews took it over, changed the name, brought it to Stillwater, and began expanding.
We immediately started pursuing other institutions, so other schools and universities, and we started growing the company.
Since they moved to Stillwater, they have taken the company from a crafter level of licensing to a manufacturer level of licensing and began making and selling metalwork for 17 different universities. They are currently adding more, and they will continue to try and add more schools and be successful with it. They make anything from custom items to collegiate yard and wall art, hitch covers, card tags and frames, lamps, card holders, and much more.
After being so successful in a short amount of time, Game Day Ironworks hopes to expand their company to creating medals for over 100 collegiate schools and maybe even more in the future.
Andrews already lived in Stillwater and owned the property that the company currently sits at, so he believed it would do well here and would be able to grow.
We just thought what a better spot to get it closer to Stillwater, and then even from a logistics standpoint, now we can distribute the product to our retailers, more efficiently.
Andrew sees them continuing to do what they're doing right now and grow at the pace that it has been. If they continue to do that in the future, they can possibly expand from college teams to different professional sports teams. After making such a quick success since they have changed it to Game Day Ironworks, they continue to grow here in Stillwater and make it even better than it already is. For Pete's Corner, I'm Sarah Patch.
Jeez. Thanks, Sarah. Now I really know how to show school spirit the way God intended. Well, that's a sunset right there. I'm gonna go for a pizza right now. I think reporter Josh Wagner had a story about a new place opening up.
Just off 5th and Knobloch, Marco's Pizza has a history you can taste. Marco's founder, Pat Giammarco, was only 9 years old when his family moved from Italy to America in 1966, and with Giammarco came his love for Italian food, and in particular, pizza. In just 12 years after moving to America, Giammarco opened his first store in Oregon, Ohio in 1978. But in order to compete and remain in competition with other major pizza chains around the country, such as Domino's, Pizza Hut, Mazzio's, and other smaller pizza chains like Simple Simon's, Gianmarco had to brand his pizza as different and better than the rest. Marco's Pizza General Manager Philip German says Marco's prides itself on offering fresh ingredients, a philosophy that Gianmarco began back in 1978.
Well, the way that we are different is we make everything fresh in the store. We make our own pizza sauce, we make our own dough, we cut our own vegetables, we don't have those pre-packaged.
Another way Marco sets itself apart from other restaurants is through its marketing plan. German says Marco's Pizza is involved with various groups around campus to whom they provide pizza for events that are happening. Marco's Pizza also helps fundraise for local organizations such as YMCA, Habitat for Humanity, Stillwater High School, and organizations like the United Way, an organization whose purpose is to connect the community.
On the day that we're running the fundraiser, 10% of the sales from people who tell us they want to support that fundraiser goes to the fundraising.
But it's not just for the publicity, German says. It's for a cause we can all get behind.
That's part of Marco's deal is fundraising. We try to support the communities that we're in.
While Marco's Pizza is good for its customers and the community, it's also doing good work for its employees too. German says Marco's Pizza is the reason why he came to Stillwater and that a little work goes a long way.
Put in your hard work and you can advance quick. I started out as a driver. So within a month I was the assistant manager in Ponca City. So put forward the hard work and you'll advance.
German also says that someday he'd like to move up to an above store position, but is also content where he is now. With Pete's Corner, I'm Josh Wagner.
Man, that was some good eating. I'm not gonna lie though, that was my second or third pizza this week. I'm not really feeling good about myself. But I'm not necessarily hopeless yet. Rachel Corte has a story on a place that opened up in town that might just help whip me into shape. Let's check it out.
Academy is an all-in-one shopping experience. Stillwater residents don't have to go out of town anymore to purchase certain sports and outdoor equipment. Since Academy has opened, shoppers can now leisurely buy clothes, shoes, hunting, fishing, camping, and shooting gear, team sports, recreational merchandise, outdoor living, fan shop, golf, and even electronics.
I was so excited when Academy came to Stillwater because they have such a great selection of activewear, all in one place.
Since there's such a diverse amount of products sold at Academy, customers can walk into the store from morning until night and find whatever they're looking for, especially with the help of the many employees working throughout the store. Academy has it all, from hunting and fishing gear to clothing and shoes. You will not be disappointed shopping here at Academy.
Okay, so this one time I was in desperate need of a Speedo for a man pageant I was in. So I came to Academy Sports and Outdoors to look for, a Speedo that suits me. And well, I went and asked one of the workers and they hooked me up with a nice Speedo.
Stillwater needed a big, convenient store for hunters, fishers, athletes, and so on. Academy has impacted Stillwater youth sports and the town in general by selling products that normally weren't found in Stillwater. There is nothing like Academy Sports and Outdoors in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Reporting for Pete's Corner, I'm Rachel Cordy.
Now, considering the sport culture that surrounds Stillwater, it's kind of a shock that an Academy didn't move in sooner. But with an all-inclusive sporting goods store hitting Stillwater, its residents are sure to keep their athletic lifestyle. I feel good. I feel like I earned something there. You know what? I think reporter Levi Bernhardt knows about a place I can go to treat myself. Let's hear about it.
In a community-driven town like Stillwater, Oklahoma,
A little bit of local can go a long way. Jared Millerons and his business partner, Dave Monks, met about 10 years ago. Millerons graduated from OSU with a bachelor's in biology and master's in business. Monks had been a home brewer for over 20 years when he introduced Millerons to craft beer, and they started brewing together. With their science backgrounds and Millerons' knowledge in business, they put their heads together and decided to add some shine to a rusty building and open up a brewery.
We were excited to take a building that sat empty for 10 years in Stillwater, in the heart of Stillwater. I mean, we're right across the street from the courthouse, right by Main Street. So we were excited to take a building that sat empty and improve, upon it. And now we've got this really cool place that people can come in and enjoy.
They renovated the building for a year and a half before they even began brewing beer. The Iron Monk building is 14,000 square feet, 2,000 of which is the tap room where people can come in and try the different beers brewed in-house.
It all starts in the mill room, and that's where we grind up the ingredients. The malted barley mainly. If it's a wheat beer, it's going to have wheat in it. We grind that up, and then we take it to our brew house, which is where all the brewing takes place. So that all happens just right beyond this window. I mean, that's the first thing you see when you look out of the tap room is that.
Found on the corner of 6th Avenue and Husband Street, Iron Monk truly is located in the heart of the town. Now, while this local brewery continues to find its place in Stillwater, Oklahoma, locals can continue to find its products on more and more shelves. Iron Monk has just begun canning its Stilly wheat beer just in time for football season. It's already being sold in Food Pyramid, and Milleron says they are hoping to get their beer sold in Walmart very soon. Iron Monk is Stillwater's very first brewery. Handcrafted and made right in town, this growing brewery will provide a unique experience to locals for years to come.
Yeah, local, fresh beer.
For Pete's Corner, I'm Levi Bernhardt.
Thanks, Levi, for that refreshing story. I can't wait to check out that place sometime. Well, we sure did cover a lot this week. What's good and bad, though, is that we didn't even go over all of Stillwater's improvements. There were just literally too many to report on. But I guess that bodes well for putting Stillwater on the map for being one of the most well-equipped college towns in America. Well, this has been Pete's Corner this week. We hope you'll join us next week for our homecoming special. This has been James LeBlanc, and thank you very much.